So my question to you is this, fundamentally, what do you care about more? If you have a child, do you care more about realizing what's true, or do you care more about improving the survival chances of your child? If you had to choose between those two, which would you choose? Over 90% of people would choose their child over the truth. Why are you then surprised at all the inequality in the world? We have all this inequality. We have racism, we have sexism, we have income inequality, we have people bullying each other. We have inequality in terms of what school you can go to, what part of town you can live in. Are you cool with that? Is that the kind of society you want to live in? Is that a good society? Is that a healthy society? How would you like it if I had a bias against you? I have lots of people who watch my videos, but let's say I knew you personally and I just developed a bias against you. I didn't like you. I didn't like your race. I didn't like your face. I didn't like how tall you were or how fat you were or whether you're a man or a woman or whatever you are. I didn't like your sexual orientation. And I treated you badly. I charged you more for my courses than everybody else. I served up more ads on my videos specifically for you because I don't like you. How would you like that? See, you would be outraged. And yet, when you do this in your life relative to your children or to your career or whatever else you're involved in, you act out on your biases all the time. And you rationalize and excuse it away as perfectly fine. And then you turn around and you get upset at all the unfair treatment in the world. You get upset that women don't want to have sex with you equally as much as they do with the Chads. Or you get upset that men will cheat on you with more beautiful women. You get upset at that. You don't like that. You see, so fundamentally, what selfishness is trying to get unequal treatment when it serves you, and then trying hard as hell to avoid unequal treatment when it doesn't serve you. That's what selfishness is, and that's what ego is all about. That's what your whole life has been about. Are you upset at the elites who are running the country and running the world? Are you upset that it's unfair that these giant multi-billion-dollar corporations are lobbying the government and corrupting the government with their donations and lobbyists and political action committees and so forth, and they are buying the politicians? Are you upset at that? Why? After all, your whole life revolves around inequality in favor of yourself. But that's what those elites and corporations are doing. They're just following exactly the same principle that you've been following. They're biased towards their own corporations and interests. They want subsidies and tax breaks for their company. They want laws that favor their company. So for them, inequality, when it serves them, is great. It's your own logic reflected back at you. But you see, the whole trick of the ego is that it sort of uses a two-way mirror. It lets the inequality sort of shine through in one direction, but then when it tries to come back in the other direction, it reflects it off. So when you're being unequal and it serves you, you're happy. You're happy as hell. But as soon as someone else is being unequal to you in exactly the same manner, under the same conditions and principles, just tit for tat, now all of a sudden you're outraged. is so unfair. Life is so unfair. But you don't care when life is unfair in your favor. Notice that. It takes a lot of self-honesty and integrity and commitment to truth to notice that. By the way, see my episode, What is Integrity? Part 1, and there will be a part 2 in the future too about that. So ask yourself this question: why should your company get subsidies or tax breaks more than any other company? Question: why is order better than disorder or chaos? Why is peace better than violence and war? Why do you like food X but hate food Y? Does the universe have the same preference for the food that you like or hate? Why is one style of clothing better than another style of clothing? Why do you like butterflies, but you hate spiders and snakes? Why is being rich better than being poor? Why is being free better than being a slave? You might say that, Leo, these things are so obvious, but they're not obvious. I want you to question these so deeply that you realize that it's actually not better to be rich than it is to be poor, and it's not better to be free than it is to be a slave. These are biases you have. These are distortions in your worldview and your perception and your cognitive processes as a result of survival. And in fact, you are so attached to survival that you can no longer even honestly admit to yourself that these are distortions. You have internalized the distortions so deeply that you actually think that these are somehow absolutely true. There are millions of people in the world who actually honestly believe that freedom is better than slavery in some objective sense. And they call that objectivity. It's a complete perversion of what objectivity is. Objectivity says that there's no difference between freedom and slavery. It's subjectivity and bias that says that there is. The only reason you don't like the idea of being a slave is because it wouldn't feel good. But who said that your feelings should dictate what's true or what's important or what should or shouldn't happen in the universe? Is the universe supposed to honor your feelings? Is that what you want? Your personal feelings to run the universe? Think about that for a moment, what that would mean if your personal feelings ran the universe. You feel this way today, you feel that way tomorrow. Your feelings are up and down, you're depressed, you're miserable, you're hateful, you're bitter, you're fearful. Is this what you want running the universe? Think about how deeply selfish and biased you are, and you want that to run the universe? Are you fucking insane? And you get upset at God for not catering to all of your stupid, petty little whims and biases and fetishes and fears and aversions? And you curse God for constructing this horrible universe. Why? Because it doesn't cater to your every whim and comfort need. You're literally crazy with what you're doing. You have the entire thing backwards.